Hi folks, welcome to another stall13.com video. We're going to talk about defrosting a horse's hoof. Whether it's frozen mud, ice, sleet, and snow, horses have a tendency, it's called balling up like a ball because that's what it looks like. They'll get caked in compaction of just all kinds of mud and dirt, and it freezes on the bottom of their foot and it's hard to get out. We're going to talk about how to defrost a horse's hoof. And also, what can you do? What can you do to the outside of a horse's hoof to maybe prevent a lot of that ice and snow and mud from building up? Is there some things you can do? We're going to show you right now. First of all, a normal hoof pick is not going to help you in an emergency situation, or is it going to help you for defrosting a horse's foot? Let me say you do not. I repeat, you do not want to hit the horse's hoof with a hammer. It's a great way to cause internal bleeding, what's otherwise known as a bruise. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to lift up the horse's hoof, and we're going to pretend that we had ice and snow in it, but we just have mud. The reason you can use a hammer is because it is so much tougher than your average horse hoof pick. You can use a screwdriver, but the thing about a hammer is it has some weight behind it, and it really picks out a horse's hoof well when you're talking about ice and snow. If you have a big buildup of snow on the bottom of a horse's hoof, if you're really careful, I don't recommend it. I repeat, I don't recommend it, but if you're very careful, you can hold the horse's hoof like this and pound with a little bit of force to knock the ice off. You just never want to do this. You don't want to make contact with the hammer. Once you have the horse's foot clean, doesn't have to be perfect, once you have it clean, the next thing you want to do is you want to take a paper towel or a rag and just kind of clean it a little bit more, kind of dry it off a little bit. What we're doing here, okay? Now normally you would not want to let this set down, because if you set it down, since we're talking about defrosting a horse's hoof, it would be in snow and ice and mud. We're on grass. Okay. There's a couple of products that you can use, which sounds really crazy, but this is the, it's butter flavored. Butter flavored stuff that you spray in a pan, so like if you're cooking, I don't know, eggs or something, it doesn't stick. Just an aerosol can. You can take this stuff, well, it's okay, lift up the horse's foot, and watch. We're going to close in. Just cover the horse's foot with cooking spray. See how much I'm putting on there? You just leave it up. Whoa, it even smells buttery. How about that? I don't know. Butter or not, that's not the point. But that is really super slippery. That, and you just hold it up for a little bit to kind of let it soak in. Doesn't hurt a thing. Now think about it. If you think this stuff is bad for your horse's hoof, why would they make it for a frying pan for cooking food? This works for maybe a day. It doesn't work as well as what I'm going to show you what else we have. You can take some Vaseline petroleum jelly, and that will work as well too. What I'm going to do, because we're making a lot of videos right now, I'm going to put some gloves on. Because I got a lot of horses to touch for these videos we're making. So, and you might want to put gloves on as well. You'd want to have your Vaseline or your cooking spray or whatever you're going to use to defrost a horse's foot, have it nearby, have somebody helping you. This is taking a lot longer than it should because I'm making a video to help you understand how you do this. I'm just throwing things to the side. You want to lift up your horse's foot, and then you want to take your Vaseline petroleum jelly. You want to do this. You want to cake it all over the bottom of the horse's foot. Smear it all around inside the clefts of the frog, the apex of the frog, go all over the bottom. There's no such thing as too much. You want to make sure that you get it in every single nook and cranny, on the sides like this a little bit, the back of the bulbs of the heels, and see how we have it completely covered, like you're covering a piece of bread with strawberry jam. You do that to all 4 feet, and that will last a couple of days. You'll notice that your horse will have the ability to walk around in snow and ice and not get those big clumps and balls on the bottom of their feet. Those big balls on the bottom of those feet prevent horses from having traction, from walking, from sleeping, standing up comfortably. The sky's the limit as to the amount of problems it causes horses when they have a lot of frozen material packed on the bottom of their foot. Like this is the bottom of their foot. They literally have this much, and they're uneven, and it's hard. That's where they get a lot of shoulder, a lot of soft tissue damage from twisting, sliding, and bending, and not having the good traction that they should have. This has been another stall13.com video. Thank you, baby. Take care of yourselves, and take care of your horses.